Hey, what's up you guys? It's Jaded. Welcome back to another Farmin Friday, where every week I talk about random stuff and you watch me farm items. So, this time around, I have a very first world problem, but I think a lot of people share this maybe situation with me, and maybe they don't even realize it. But the problem is this: there's a lot of people around the world. There's tons of people, and they're all making amazing shit to watch or listen to or read, and I don't find enough time in the day to look at it all. Oftentimes I'll sacrifice something I should be doing, and I'll just sit here and watch people play games or listen to music, read a book. I don't read a lot. I'm gonna be honest, I don't read a lot. But basically the problem is there's so much stuff to watch every single day that's being created, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch, people streaming on Twitch that you want to watch, or there's a movie that comes out, or 2 movies or 3 movies in the same day that come out, tons of music to listen to, just tons of stuff to watch, TV shows, the list goes on and on and on. And I find myself more and more as time goes on, and as more people are populating the earth, more people are creating content, there's a real problem here of there's just too much stuff to do. I don't even get bored anymore. Boredom is non-existent in my life, and I know a lot of other people probably feel the same way, where you just don't feel bored anymore. It's well, why is that? Well, it's because all this stuff's being created and shoved in front of our eye holes all day, and we're constantly being stimulated. And the biggest problem that I've noticed with this is not just the amount of time it takes to watch it, even though that's a pretty big problem. It's more the fact that you just don't have time to reflect on anything anymore. That at least that can be a problem if you don't realize it, where you can watch a movie and then right after you watch a movie you okay, I'm gonna go watch some TV shows now, and you don't get time to sit back and really reflect on what you just watched. And inevitably you just don't pull anything out of that, you don't take anything away from that experience anymore, and you're just in this constant watching content and videos, and I don't know, you don't really gain from that when you're just doing it over and over and over. And so that's been one thing that I've been kind of conscious of, is just to take the time after I watch a movie, a really good movie, I'll just sit back and kind of contemplate it and really think about it for a while before, jumping into a video game or something like that. But I mean, the problem still exists, and that is there's just so much stuff to watch. And so I've kind of been trimming off stuff that I don't gain from, or just kind of not really doing a whole lot for me. Any YouTubers, any Twitch streamers, I don't do as much of that and just watch a bunch of filler anymore, because it's great to do all that, but I myself personally have been really enjoying just getting stuff done in my life rather than, playing games and watching stuff all day. There's a real fulfillment you get when you get what you need done in the day and you get that done. So, I've just been trimming it down. I used to watch How I Met Your Mother, and I really liked that show, but it got to a certain point where I was okay, I'm not really enjoying this as much as I used to, or I'm not laughing as much or pulling as many jokes from it. You know what I mean? You just don't get as much out of something after you watch it for a long time. That's something I've been conscious of, just cutting that stuff out of your life. How hilarious would it be if after everyone watches this, everyone unsubscribes from me? Just 2 subscribers left or something. Oh, maybe that wasn't a good idea. But no, really, I honestly believe that you should always be looking to sort of trim down the fat off your life, whether it's content or hanging around people that don't really do anything for you and you don't really enjoy. Obviously if you have a job that you don't enjoy, you can't always just quit that and find a new one. But it's more about surrounding yourself with as much stuff that benefits you and you can pull from, rather than cutting off stuff that you enjoy but you don't gain from. I visit a site called Giant Bomb. You might have heard of it. I watch a lot of quick looks and things like that. I still enjoy that stuff. I enjoy those guys' personalities and their take on games. And while I might not, get anything out of that per se every single time, it's not about just cutting all of that stuff that you enjoy out of your life. But yeah, I mean, there's just not enough time in the day to do what you want to do. Really, that's what it comes down to. Is like, I want to play Diablo 3 sometimes. Listen to podcasts, whether that's Giant Bomb or Joe Rogan, or watch TV shows that I love, like Homeland, The Walking Dead, Dexter, things like that. And then, you got new games that come out, and you want to play through those. Like Far Cry 3 is amazing right now, and I want to keep playing through it, but I kind of want to keep doing this YouTube thing as well, and playing Diablo 3. It's like, man, there's so much to do. And then on top of that, you have people streaming 24 hours a day on Twitch. That you could just go onto that and just watch people play games. And then, new videos pop up in your subscriptions for YouTube, and you're like, well, I gotta watch this now. And it's like, you could literally get lost forever in content. And I don't see that going away anytime soon. In fact, it's only gonna get worse, as the world just gets more populated, as people get better at making content that you want to watch. For me, I'm always trying to stay up to date on Diablo, seeing like what's going on, in the community, like what's new with the game. Maybe people found an exploit, or there's duping, or there's a new build to check out, or whatever it may be, whatever the case. Like, you have to stay up to date on that as well. Like, it's just so time consuming, and that's one area that I've been really struggling with lately, is just to get what you need done while still enjoying all this stuff that you love. And then, even on top of that, it's like I want to go learn more stuff with Photoshop, or I want to learn new ways to edit something in Premiere, or read a tutorial on various things. Like, and then of course another layer that I'm really focused on personally, that I've really focused on lately, is health, and trying to find time to eat properly. I honestly take huge priority in that right now. I devote a couple hours a day just preparing food, stretching, exercising, although I probably should be doing more of that than I am currently, and making sure I get enough sleep, things like that. So it could be a huge struggle to balance all these things, and that's exactly what you have to find, is like a really good balance of what works for you, and still stay healthy with it. But yeah, man, that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk about. If anyone figures out, how to get more hours out of the day, or they invent a time machine, please let me know. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and I guess I'll see you guys soon.